So here we'll go over the hooking up of the Oliver. So you have your pin, just drop that in the hole and put a pin in, or spring clip in there. The PTO shaft, I can't demonstrate it with one hand, but there's a locking collar in there. You pull that back, you would slide this shield on, and then that collar would slide forward and lock. So then you can kind of, try to pull it back and forth and make sure it's locked. These chains get hooked to the tractor to keep this from spinning more than it already does. One set of hydraulic hoses coming from the cylinder would go up to either the blue or green. The cylinder, say, would go to both of the blue ones. In order to put the hydraulic cylinder in there, or the hose in there, orient this. You push it in and it locks. Take it out, push in, and just pull out. So pretty straightforward. You can just give it a little wiggle and make sure it actually locks in there. If the lines are under pressure, they won't want to come out easy. So you might have to lower the cylinder or bump the lever in the cab in order to get it to free up enough that you can easily remove it. So over here we have the lever. This engages the gearbox back here. If you pull it towards the tractor, you can hear it kind of lock in a detent. That means it's in gear. With that in, then the gearbox will spin and all the belts will move. If you have this out, or back in I should say, with the PTO on, then you can drop this lever back by the auger down, and that will engage the auger. So the grain will come out of the gravity box or grain tank. And then to disengage it, you just lift up on that. Most of this stuff you won't have to adjust, just make sure the belt tension is okay. These two shields are up. And going back here, you can have these screens. You can loosen these up and then move the angle at which those fingers are. Same with the lower ones. This would slide up. So going around to here, you have one of the adjustments. I believe it controls the RAS bars on the outside of the, or in the concave. Not really completely sure. I know this obviously just something to, I haven't completely messed with the inner workings of these a whole lot yet. I would just suggest going to the manual. This also adjusts something, not sure what. Another thing, because we have a hydraulic cylinder on here, I haven't figured it out, but I'm pretty sure that they want this bolt removed because we have a hydraulic cylinder on there. Because when you're going down the road, it would allow the header to kind of float a little bit, because with the cylinder it's held super rigidly. Before it's just held down by gravity and these springs, so it could kind of float on its own. So I have to check, but I believe that bolt down there gets removed. Going around to here, we have the hydraulic motor and the hydraulic cylinder. The cylinder should be pretty well set. The motor, you'll have to hook in the lines. Again, blue and blue, green and green. It really doesn't matter which way they go in. You'll just have to kind of test out in the cab and figure out, kind of how it works. So, we go up into the cab, and I'll start it up and show you kind of how it runs. You can't get off the tractor and gauge a PTO, so you'll have to do that from outside. So let's see if I can set this up here. I'm in the tractor and I engage this, the combine should go. And you'll want to check up here, you can see the RPM. You can adjust that using this lever. You want to adjust it up until your operating speed, which I think it's 530 on this. I'm not quite sure. 530, 540. So then to shut the PTO off, we move that off. And then in order to move the cylinder, we have it hooked up to the blue port right now. So then we can push it, lower it, and that's how that works. And then to unhook it, you just push those cables and pull them out and disconnect the PTO shaft and you're free to drive away.